she pulled it out. He was like, oh, so you did have it. You did have it. And I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, because at this point, I'm caught. And there's nothing. So he came over. He already had his handcuffs out. He was like, you under arrest for a warrant. You under arrest for a warrant out of East Baton Rouge. And I was like, a warrant? But I'm sitting over here, I'm like trying to avoid going to jail for tickets. You telling me I got a warrant? He said, you got a warrant out of East Baton Rouge. I said, for what? He said, I don't know. All I know is when I officially got your information, I put in the computer. When I pulled it up, it said you have an extraditable warrant out of East Baton Rouge. So almost immediately, y'all, I started crying. Not because of what I had to go through, but because now my daughter, the first thing my daughter sees after I make a semi-accomplishment for her is my mommy's going to jail. My mommy's going to jail. And like when I tell you I can literally grasp your soul from the beginning of my book, y'all gonna be like, oh my God. Thank you. Have mercy. I'm excited about the part after TV. So. Oh, this is what I'm talking about now. Hey, Jenny. Y'all double tap the screen for me. So the guy proceeds to take me and put me in the back seat of the car. And I looked at him. I said, sir, I understand and I apologize for lying about my name, my date of birth, my social, all of that. But can you please just let me call her father and tell her father where she is so he can come and get her? Because I don't want her to go to CPS. I know what that's like. I don't like none. She was just like, no, we can just take her back to your grandmother. I was like, yeah, but I still need to let him know where she is because he doesn't know my grandmother. He like none of that. So he was like, I'll do that one for you. I'll do that one for you. So he held on my phone and I told him the number. He called. I was like, Joseph, I'm about to go to jail. Jay Lee is going back over to my granny's. I gave him the address, 6531 Ridgecrest Lane, 75231 in Dallas, Texas. He was like, what you going to jail for? You know, sounded like he's somewhat concerned, even though I know he wasn't. I was like, I'll talk about it later. Can you please just go get Jay Lee? That was my main concern. So the officer was like, well, we're going to take her back to your grandmother's. He knows where to go, blase, blase, woo, woo, woo. So we get in the car. The guy was just sitting there. And I'm like, sir, so what's going on? What's going on? Because the other officers had pulled off by then. The lady officer had got Jay Lee, put her in the backseat of her car, and drove her, I'm assuming, back to my grandmother's. And so he was like, why you tell us that? Man, there's a million stories going in book number 2. This is the least that I could tell you. It's just a really, really good one. For those of y'all who have not read book number 1, the ebook for book number, for book number 1, the ebook for book number 1 is $9. If you use code TikTok, you can get it for $9 instead of $12. Go get your first book. So when book number 2 drops out, you'll be good to go in getting book number 2. So I asked him, did you ship my book yet? When did you order your book, Tillery? Oh, wait, I think I remember yours. You was actually one of the first ones that went out. Everybody that was back ordered, theirs haven't went out yet. So, yes. Tillery, it was a couple more. Chrissy and somebody else. Yeah, your book has went out. Your book. There's no tracking on it because it didn't weigh enough to be able to be tracked. It's literally just a book. But yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Please don't attack me. So, I asked him, I said, sir, what we waiting on? He was like, oh, well, we got to get your car towed. And I'm like, my car towed? Like, it clicked in my head. Like, who else going to drive the car away? We can't just leave it here. So we literally sat there. I have 7 moderators, sweetheart. We literally, yes, shirts went out too. And so we literally sat there for a tow truck to come and tow my car away, y'all. I purchased book 150. I can't get back to it. Send me an email. I'll resend it to you. It's probably in your files. If you have an iPhone, the ebook, when you download it, it will be in your files. So we sat there. The tow truck came and they towed my car. Just like that. One accomplishment was snatched away. And now I have to go to jail. So when I get to jail, y'all, Loose Spirit, for those of y'all who don't know, Dallas County. When I get to the jail, I love you too. When I get to the jail, he pulled into a parking garage. When he pulled into the parking garage, he wait for the little thing to come down. So when we get out the car, if I try to run, I ain't going nowhere but into the wall. So we pull into the parking garage, and the dude come around. He grabbed me. He got my cell phone, and of course, he got my credentials. We walk in. The first door of the Sally Port open. Yeah, we go in. When we go in, there's like these lockers. He pull out his gun. He take out the clip. He put it in the locker, lock it, and he takes the key from the locker and put it in his pocket. Once he is done, the second port of the Sally Port opens and we go through. we go through, where did you get your wig from? My vendor, my stylist has a vendor. I just put a new frontal on it a couple days ago. So we go through the second part of the styling part. When we go in, they tell me to go into this line. When I go into this line, at this point, I knew for a fact I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized because not only was there people like normal looking like me, they had homeless people in there, or people who looked like they were homeless. Guys and women who were in there like detoxing and coming down. There was a guy in there licking the cell window, glass window, like there was ladies in there going crazy. It was literally people banging. Like, it was a whole scene. Hello from New Zealand. Hello. Y'all do me a favor and double tap the screen. If you're not following me, please hit that follow button and share the live. So I'm traumatized at this point. I'm like, oh my God, Lord, listen. I see jail on TV all the time, and I don't never see none of this. So all the while, my anxiety is going crazy. My anxiety is going ragged, and I'm sitting here like, Lord, please just let me be able to go home. Please just let me be able to go home. So I stand in the line, y'all. I was in the line for about 45 minutes. I kid you not. Lou Sterrett is the slowest jail in the whole wide world, and I won't wish that on nobody at all. So I'm standing in line, and we finally get up to the desk, and the lady proceeds to ask me the questions, you know, my name, my date of birth. She asked me if I have any health issues, if there's anything I've been diagnosed with, this, that, and the third. You know, I answer the questions accordingly. So I passed phase 1. Then I go over to this next lady who's going to take my property. She going to make sure I ain't got no piercings and stuff in. And so she was just like, you got any piercings? I was like, no, ma'am. She said, so it looked like all you came in with is an ID, a social. Hey, Nate, an ID and a social. I had my first daughter at 17. An ID, a social, and your cell phone. And I was like, yep, that's it. And then they took my belt off. They had my belt and property. And I am 24. And so after I go through phase 2, which is property and, you know, identifying everything that I have to go over to this next little line. I stand in the next line where I talk to the nurse. They get my blood pressure. They make sure I'm not pregnant. And a whole bunch of other little health screenings. Like with my anemia, the only thing I can tell them, like, I'm anemic. I take iron pills and things of that nature. They was like, well, did you have any surgeries in the past year? I was like, I gave birth to a baby. You know what I'm saying? And that was really like over a year, but y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. So after going through that little phase, they take me to the next little phase. You know, going to jail is real horrible, y'all. My new book, I'm predicting it to be done in 7 days. In 7 days. Commercial break me, please. Oh man, I'm literally. For those of y'all who have not gotten the first book, to understand book number 2, you need to read book number 1. If you want the ebook sent to your phone, you can get it for $9. All you have to do is click the link in my bio, click my book, use the code TikTok, and you can get it for $9 as opposed to paying $12 and $15 for it. Yes, Nate, I will let you know. There will be a grand release. If you've already gotten your book, I have your email. If your email is not correct, you will not receive the email to get the second book for $10. If you've not ordered it, when you order your first book, whether it be ebook or whether you order the hard copy, how do I order a hard copy? Go to thelifeofsherelle.com, which the link in my bio will take you there, but thelifeofsherelle.com, and just go to products. My e-copy and my hard copy is there. If you want the e-copy, get it for $9. So yeah, so I go to the next phase of the jail, y'all. I go to the next phase of the jail, and they got like these rows with these blue chairs. It's like 1, 2, 3. Hey, Miss Nita. Girl, I literally just called you. Really? Did you get my email? I haven't checked it. I've been on live. So I'm sitting there in front of these little chairs. They got 3 phones on the wall, y'all. 1, 2, 3. And then right above that, they got a TV. So when I go in, like, I don't even know what to do. Like, this is my very first time, y'all. This is my very first time. I don't know what to do, and I'm literally sitting there, and I'm trying to figure it out. I was like, Lord, I'm in jail. I don't have nobody to call. My baby daddy clearly don't care. I can't call my foster parents. I can't call nobody. Will the second book that's for $10 be a hard copy? Yes. Yes. She said, hush, don't talk while the teacher talking, period. So y'all double tap the screen for me. Share the live if you have not shared it. I love you too. Share the live if you had not shared it. And if you're new in here, hit the follow button. So, my daughter is 7. Shipping is 3 to 5 business days. If you've ordered it when it's at back order, the books will go out this week. The books will go out this week. I bought one. How long will it take? Y'all gonna have to send me an email. I can't keep stopping the story. So boom. I'm sitting there, y'all, traumatized and puzzled, like, what am I supposed to do? But I overhear other females that's already here saying how much their bond is, that they're getting ready to go home. Like, oh, this ain't nothing. My bond only $1,000, or this ain't nothing, this, that, and the third. So then I proceed to say, I went ahead and chimed in. I'm like, so I'm just trying to see, like, what's going on. They was like, so what are you here for? I was like, well, they said I got a warrant out of East Baton Rouge and some other crap. And they was just like, what do you mean some other crap? And I proceed, like, the girl was like, oh, go and ask the jailer. Like, raise your hand and ask the jailer, they'll tell you. So when I asked, she was like, no, you'll have to go back to the front. So I tiptoed myself right back around to the front, and I asked them, I said, so what are my charges? Like, do I get a bond or whatever? And she was just like, what's your name? And she was like, oh, you got a failure to identify a fugitive, which holds $1,000, and then you got a warrant out of East Baton Rouge, which doesn't have a bond. In my head, doesn't have a bond. I'm like, oh, okay, so I just, like, I'm okay. Like, that part's okay with me. I didn't know the extent of the law when it came to, oh, you ain't got no bond, you ain't going nowhere. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, $1,000 bond. Shoot, let me see who I can find to give me $1,000. And so when I went back, they was like, so what did you find out? What did you find out? I was like, well, they told me my identified fugitive was $1,000, and then my other one don't got no bond. It was like, oh, okay, you good, so you only need $100. I said, $100 for what? It was like, the bond is only 10%. You only need $100 to be able to get out of jail. So I was like, for real? So they was like, yeah, it's a list of bondsmen up there. You can just go up there and call one of them, and I promise you they'll come get you. So they done hype me up. They done hype me up, y'all. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to go home. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I just gotta figure it. Like, and I don't already start planning. Like, I gotta get my car out of here. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, I'm excited because my life is about to be back on track. So when I go, I call the first bondsman. They was like, oh no, we can't touch you because you got a warrant out of East Baton Rouge. And I'm like, okay, weird. So I hung up. And then boom, I called the next, and they was like, oh, we can post the bond for the failure to identify fugitive, but you're not going nowhere. And I'm like, not going nowhere? What do you mean, ma'am? They was like, they got a hold on you, meaning if you post this bond, you going to another county. And I was like, huh? Like, completely, y'all, completely confused about what was going on. I'm like, huh? And so anyway, she was just like, yes, so figure out what you want to do, and then you can call me back. So I hung up the phone, and I go sit down. They was like, so what's going on? Somebody coming to get you? I was like, the lady said she can post one bond, but I still have to stay here because of my Louisiana charge. So anyways, at this point, I'm like, nobody knows what they're talking about. I'm going home. This is me, y'all, trying to keep sane. So after a couple hours, I say a couple hours, it was like 12 hours, I was sitting up there in the front, watching TV, watching people go in, watching people go out, police officers just do a whole bunch of crazy people come through, all types of stuff. They had to lock somebody in the cell. They came through and did like this little scan meter thing, trying to see who got food stamps, who got kids, who got a job, who got a place to live. All types of stuff. So it was time for us to go to arraignment, magistrate court. So they lined us up, Hodge, Smith, whatever. We go get in line and we go into this little room. When we go to the little room, they give us the rundown. The judge about to come in. She gonna read you your charges, this, that, and the third. You will not interrupt the judge. If you got something to say, you will raise your hand. If she acknowledges you, then ask her. If she don't, then boom. Don't say nothing at all. So it came to, y'all. It was a bunch of people in there. Molesters in there with $100,000 bonds. This girl in here for killing this person for $200,000 bond, probation, revocation, all types of this. And then boom, Cheryl Hodge. I'm like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, you're here for a failure to identify fugitive, and you have a warrant out of East Baton Rouge Parish. And I was like, yes, ma'am. She was like, well, your bond's here for failure to identify fugitive is $1,000, cash or surety, meaning you can get a bond company to come and get you. They will post the bond and you will be free to go. And I was like free to go as in, like, I could leave? And she was like, well, not exactly, because you have a warrant out of East Baton Rouge. If they come and post the bond, then you will have to go back to court, sign extradition papers, and wait for the state of Louisiana to come and get you. Still confused as to what she was saying. I didn't even want to ask her another question because now I'm gut-wrenching hurt. You telling me I still got to sit in jail after I posted my bond? She was like, yes, ma'am. That's like, shit, that's just the way that it goes. She was like, any other questions? I was like, no, ma'am, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all double tap the screen for me. So they go through the list and they finish up everybody else and they go back out. I'm thinking that we about to be able to sit back in those chairs and I can get back on the phone and this time try to call somebody on the outside to figure it out. Even though the only person I knew I could call or knew the number to was my baby daddy. So they was like, oh, no. Y'all ain't sitting right here. Y'all not sitting right here. Y'all about to go ahead and get dressed out. Y'all about to go to housing. And so now this is where I literally get scared. Like, I am, Jesus, oh my God, I'm tetrified. And so they walk us around. The guys go their way, and the women come in. We go into this room. In the room, there's like 4 shower stalls. And then there's a actual little silver toilet with a sink attached to it in the corner. They was like, all right, go ahead and strip them. And I'm like, take your clothes off. And I'm like, oh my God. So we sitting there, y'all, and we get in. Like, we literally undressing and everything where we down to nothing. And so the lady was like, I need you to bend over, shake your head. We shake our head. And then she was like, open your mouth, lift your tongue up, lift your tongue down, open your cheeks and stuff like that. So everybody did that. And then we turn around and she was like, turn around, squat, spread your buttocks and cough. And like the moment we did that, Jesus, God, mother, oh my God. It got funky, you know. Like, I could tell the guards could smell it. Like, they was like, it really got, like, bro, do y'all bathe? Like, how long y'all been sitting in the front office? I know I was there for 12, but I don't smell like that. And I know y'all smell it. So anyways, after we do that, she was like, all right, everybody turn back around. And she go and get this jug. Like, it was like, I don't know if y'all seen those bug people come with those jugs. They got a pump. They got a pump and then they... She sat there, she pumped it about 7 times. And then she was like, hold your arms up and close your mouth. So then we sitting there like this, mouth closed, and she was like, and she sprayed out her hair, and then she sprayed our hair. And I was like, ma'am, if you don't mind me asking, what's that? Oh, she said, oh, that's just to protect whatever maybe growing on y'all skin, you know, lice, all types of stuff. And I'm sitting here in my head like, bitch, I'm black. I don't have lice. You could have bypassed me with that one. I know I'm in jail, but you could have bypassed me with that one. So anyway, she was just like, all right, the shower behind y'all, go in there and get in, take a shower. So we get in the shower, I hit the button up, literally one line, just pelleting me. And so I was like, ma'am, you got some soap? She was like, no, just rinse yourself off, because when you get to your house and then you can go and take a full bath. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, not only am I getting pelleted by a string of water, you just sprayed me with weed killer or bug killer, whatever it was, and now you're telling me I gotta walk around with no... Okay, cool, calm and collect. If y'all new in here, hit that follow button for me. If you can't, just double tap the screen. A quick 1, 2. So anyways, after the shower, while we were showering, I guess we was taking too long, she was like, y'all need to hurry up. See, y'all can get the housing. Y'all need to hurry up. So I'm like, ain't she rushing us? So we get out of the shower and everything. We standing there. We just wet, looking like naked fish off the market or something. She's like, what size are you? I was like, a large. She was like, what size are you? Just getting everybody's sizes. So she's chunking us some jumpsuits at Lucero. Women wear black and white stripes. Right? So not only, she was like, before y'all put that on, I got to give y'all underwear and bras. So she gave me a size 6 underwear and a large bra. I put it on. The underwear was big. Like, bro, ma'am, did you give me a size 6 and a plus size? Did you give me a size 6 and a plus size? Because me, I'm sitting here, y'all. I kid you not. I'm literally rolling the mugs up. She was like, okay, now go ahead and put your jumps on. So we put on a jumpsuit and everything. I'm still standing there with my toes. Now, I shouldn't have been standing on that ground like that, and I knew better. I should have at least been standing on top of my shoes, because I still have my old stuff on the floor. I could have been standing on top of that, but my dumb ass still standing there on the top of the dirty little jail floor. So she was like, all right, so I'm going to give y'all some socks. She gave us some socks, and then she throw us these little bubble wrap looking shoes. Like, there was some orange slides, and they had like these weird little bubbles on top. Not taking those order 3 sizes small up. Right. So we sitting here, you know, dealing with these weird shoes. Like, when you step on them mugs, your feet feel like they being poked by something consistently. So she was like, all right, y'all, come on. And I'm looking like, where we going? And of course, like, yeah, we had the bag, like, get our old stuff put in these gray bags because that was our property. And then we just put them to the side. They put little bags in there like S. Hodge with my little inmate number, and then boom, to property it goes. So she was like, y'all, come on. When we come out of the room, we came in one way, y'all. When we walked out, we walked out into a whole nother area, a nigga I ain't never seen before. Like, bro, what kind of manipulative crap is this? We just came in from. Okay, all right, cool, whatever. This y'all jail. I'm just a visitor. So when we come out, we see bed rolls lined across the wall. Bed rolls, little fishnet bags. Like, you know, they put the fishnets in the water, catch the fish, and just snatch them out. You got a bag for fish. Okay, yeah, we got little rolls lined up. She's like, I need y'all to grab one of them, and they go line up on the wall. So we grabbed one. I'm sitting there like I'm in boot camp. Like I'm in boot camp or something with my little bed roll and everything. And then the ladies start calling us out one by one. Y'all double tap the screen for me. Share the live. If you're not following me, go ahead and follow me. So she's standing there, she calling everybody's name one by one by one. Doop, 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 doop. Thank you for my t-shirt. You're welcome, Aisha. Yep, got mine. All right, so we standing there, and she calling our name one by one by one by one. She gets me, Hodge. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. Like, I'm already scared, you know. And I got this pitiful look on my face, like, your girl is in jail. I'm in jail. Like I got it. Like, I understand. I'm in jail. So then I proceed to go up to the lady. She give me my little armband, y'all. My armband got my little mug shot on it. Oh, I ain't tell y'all about the mug shot. How she was like, look at the camera, and I'm like, and she snapped the picture, and I'm like, what? When she showed me that picture, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I know this jail and everything, but ma'am, can I retake that again, please? No, you getting that. So she get my little armband. As soon as I look at my armband, y'all, I literally see my picture of me, like, and they got 212-794. That was my inmate number still in. If I was to go back to the jail today, I believe for a fact that would be my inmate number, 212-794. So anyways, I got my little armband. She was like, you going to housing H. And so I'm thinking, like, I still got a little walk to go, you know? Like, I still got time to prepare myself for this, oh, I'm about to be in jail type thing. So I go back up against the wall. Housing H. Got it in my head. Can't miss it. My nose ass get to scanning. Like, I'm scared, but I need to know where I am. So does a nigga make a damn right, y'all. I see housing H, like, oh no. Like I said, like, it's making me emotional now. My daughter's at her father's, she's going to school in the morning. It's making me emotional thinking about it. Like, all of the things that I've had to conquer to get to where I am, yo. And I feel like I still got a long way to go, but I've done a lot, y'all. I've done a lot. So I see it. I'm looking through the glass, and there's just like a whole bunch of women in there. And I'm like, they feeding me to the wolves. They feeding me to the wolves. So I'm sitting here like, Lord, please just let the lady, please let her go slower. Please let the lady go slower. I'm not finna, like, and it's like the more I'm asking the Lord to let her go slower, the faster she get it. So she was like, all right, so everybody, y'all got y'all housing? Y'all got y'all housing information? Go over here. So she was like, housing H. If you got housing H, come right here. And so it was like me and a couple other girls. When I go there, y'all, I'm like, Jesus, no. God, no, I don't want to go here. Please, Lord, please just let me out of here. Please, Jesus, I won't do it again. I won't do nothing stupid. Like, this is me pleading to the Most High. Like, come on, Lord. Immediate fear set into my soul. Like, Lord Jesus, listen. I know I did some messed up things in my life, but so when I walk in, let me give y'all a description of it. One, I know a lot of jail cells or a lot of jail shows y'all seen, there is literally like, all right, so when you walk into the building, y'all, into the little pie. So when I walk in, the first thing I see directly in front of me is the security guard, the little jailers, the little jail dude, the little woman, whatever it was. Yeah, so when I walk in, I see the CO's desk sitting there. It's surrounded by like these little bars, but it got this middle rampway. This rampway walking down. Now, beyond this CO's desk that's in the middle, they got beds, y'all, lined around like a C. It's like a half C. And then on top, another half C. When you look to your right, you're going to see this little wall right here. It got like, I want to say about 5 phones. It got 5 phones right here. Past the phones, 3 showers. Up this wall right here, it had like 5 toilets. Now, when you look to your left, you see an outside, like a door that'll take you to the rec yard. You see that door right there. And then past that door, it's like a little sink. It got a microwave on this cabinet and all this other craziness. The name of my book is A Long Way to Myself, Finding Me. So I'm already traumatized because one, what type of jail? The link in my bio, Miss Meanie, the link in my bio. What kind of jail got a microwave in this mug? What kind of jail allows us to have a sink? What kind of jail what kind of jail does not have cells? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be locked in a room with another person. But this is just new to me. It looked like a college dorm room. This is what it looked like. So anyway, when I go in, the lady was like, come here. She pointed for us to come here. So when we went over to her, she was like, rule number 1, don't come past the red line. Well, hi, how are you? I know I'm an inmate, but you could greet us first. 2, when it's time for pill call and all of this, that, and the third, you will line up on the ramp. When the nurse come up here with the pill thing, you will take your pill. You will put it in your mouth. You will swallow with the water that she gives you. You will raise your tongue up. She was running down the whole rules. She was like, now I'm going to give y'all bed. I was bed 38. 38 happened to be on top. I thought even numbers was on the bottom, but I guess not. I guess the fuck not. So anyways, I was bed 38. When she said, Hodge, bed 38, 38's over there, I literally had to walk all the way around. So everybody can lay eyes on me like, fresh meat, waiting to eat, fresh meat. Like, so I go over there. The first thing I do is make up my bed. I put my little sheet on there, get my the little thing, roll it up, make me a little pillow. And I was like, I can't find the book on ebook. Click the link in my bio. When you click the link in my bio, hit my book. It'll take you directly to the ebook. Use the code TikTok to get it for $9. So, fresh meat, ready to eat, yes. So when I do that, I was like, the first thing I just want to go to sleep. I don't even want to remember that I'm here, even though I know when I wake up, I'm going to be here. And that shit, it eats at my stomach, because why do I feel like this? Why, like, of course, I'm in jail, but, like, come on, man. I feel like this now, like, my stomach. So anyways, I get up there and I go to sleep, y'all. I go to sleep. I don't know what I was dreaming about, but Lord knows I did not want to wake up. And when I woke up and I literally was looking at the little wall right there to keep me from falling over, I'm like, I'm still in jail. Like, your girl is really here. So when I rolled over, there was this girl. She was a bunkie, but she was on the bottom. She was like, oh, you missed lunch. You missed lunch. And I'm like, oh, what did they have? She was like, oh, sandwiches. We eat sandwiches every day for lunch. Like, it ain't nothing new. So I was like, okay, I'm not trying to miss dinner because I'm hungry. Like, I'm literally hungry. So when I got up, I was sitting there. I was sitting there on my bed with both my knees up and everything, right? I'm sitting there with both my knees up, and I hear somebody was like, come here. Come here. Now, one thing about Loose Theric, they don't make you take your hair out. They don't make you take your weave out, or none of that. So when I walked over to the lady that was telling me to come here, she was like, oh my God, your hair is so pretty. And she began caressing it. And she was like, well, can I play in your hair? I'm thinking, like, I ain't trying to become nobody girlfriend in her. You know, I ain't with none of that. And so instead of me saying no, you know, was what I'm telling y'all, I was like, sure. So she was like, okay, go get you a chair and come over here. So when I went over there, I sat in front of her. She had this little bitty comb, y'all. This little bitty comb that they gave us. And she started, like, combing my hair. I ain't gonna lie. I started to get sleepy again because she was combing it so soft and subtly, you know. So, Medium T-shirts, order ebook to support you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, after some time, and I'm over here getting woozy and stuff because I'm watching the TV and I feel it, like, slowly, because there ain't much you can do with that little bitty ass comb. And so, I got you, Nate. When I was sitting there, I heard her whisper. She was like, can I ask you something? Yeah. What you whispering in my ear for? So I was like, yes, ma'am, because this is me. Because I still, like, of course I have my respect, regardless of where we are. Yes, ma'am. She was like, I'm just trying to see if I could have a couple tracks out of your hair so I can put some braids in my head. I got scared. I I was like, well, I really don't. I don't want to take my hair down right now. You know, it still kind of look good. And what if I end up going home tomorrow? I want to go home with all my tracks. You know what I'm saying? I want to go home with all of them. And so I had said, well, let me just think about it. You know, I ain't telling no because I ain't trying to get beat up on my first day of jail. But I'm like, let me just think about it for a little bit. And I immediately, y'all, got up and went back to my bunk. No, man, we getting a little too friendly in this mug. Y'all double tap the screen for me. A couple tracks. Yeah, she want my tracks, Lord. She want my tracks. So, I get up. I go back to my bed. Like, I don't even want no friends in here. I don't want no friends. So, I get back on my bunk. And from my bunk, I could see the TV. So, I was cool with sitting on my bunk doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with that. So, after a couple hours rolled by, Criminal Minds came on and everything. And then I see from the far right in the same little door that we came in, yeah, she wanted my tracks, Lord. She woohoo. But no, just wait on it. I was in Loose Fair for some time. So, so while I'm sitting there, I know